So the other day I was out driving when I encountered someone camping in the left lane. I was stuck behind them and couldn't pass, which kind of heated me up. I swear I'd be encountering the most brain dead people on the road who can't seem to drive properly. While I'm not a perfect driver, I like to think I'm a pretty good driver despite my ethnic background. Anyways, here are the types of drivers that piss me off the most. Starting off with left lane campers. These people drive in the left lane and won't move over to the right lane. You should be in the right lane unless you are actively passing another vehicle. I don't care if you're going 100 miles an hour, someone behind you could be going 110 miles an hour. You are not a police officer. It's not your job to enforce the speed limit. Just move over, man. All you're doing is holding up traffic and making the roads more dangerous. Shit like this pisses me off. Driving in the right lane is not a hard concept to get. Next, we have slow drivers. This next part is kind of state dependent, so make sure to double check with how your state enforces speeding. If you're in a stinky state like Ohio, they will ticket you for going 1 mile an hour over the limit. Now in my great home state of Michigan, they'll generally not ticket you unless you are excessively over the limit. Honestly, speed limits are way lower than they should be set at. I feel like they need to be raised. Keeping up with traffic is safer than trying to stay under the speed limit. By slowing everyone down, it just makes things more dangerous for everybody else. Be a safe driver and step on the gas a little more. Now what I'm not saying is to have lead foot and fly past everyone. Just go at the speed at which most drivers are driving at. From my personal experience in Michigan, traffic is about 5 over for lower limits and 10 over on higher limits. This is similar to slow drivers, but people who merge onto the highway at slow speeds. You should be traveling at highway speeds when you merge onto the highway. You have the entire ramp to get up to speed. The entrance ramp is long for a reason. Why are you at the end of the entrance ramp still going 55? Step on the gas pedal, damn. Because you're in front of me going 55, I have to go 55, and now we're both having a hard time merging onto traffic where the cars are going much faster than we are. Entering the highway at such slow speed just makes things more dangerous for everyone. There's literally no reason why you're not at highway speeds by the time you enter the highway. Next, we have people who don't zipper merge. When two lanes merge onto one, we should be zipper merging. We should use up both lanes up until the merge point at which drivers take turns alternating into the single lane. This is really simple and really efficient. However, I swear every time I encounter this situation, people merge way too early and it always ends up with one lane being clogged up while the other lane sits empty. This is so inefficient, we should be using all this extra open space. However, I do kind of understand the mentality behind this. People think,
what if they don't let me in when I get to the merge point?
And that is a valid concern. If someone doesn't let you merge, you're kind of f***ed at that point. If people weren't a**s and just let people merge, this wouldn't be an issue and we could all safely zipper merge. However, I don't have faith in people not being a**s, so unfortunately, I don't think zipper merging will ever catch on. Lastly, I have people who put on hazard lights and just park anywhere. This last one doesn't bother me as much as the others. It's kind of funny more than anything. But I've seen so many people just stop whoever they want and put on their hazard lights. You should obviously not be doing this, as this is just blocking traffic. Back in college, I was taking fluids lab and my TA would drive up to the circle drive on the side of the engineering building. Then he would just put on his hazard lights and then teach class. His car would sit there flashing hazards for well over 2 hours. We actually never knew whose car it was sitting there until one day our TA had to leave in the middle of class to move his car. I think they were about to ticket or tow his car or something like that. I get that university parking enforcement is a real bitch, but you just can't be doing that, dog. But anyways, these are just some of the top things that come to mind that annoy me on the road. I'm sure there are more. Unfortunately, I don't see a real solution to these issues because at the end of the day, we're all just monkeys behind the wheel. Us monkeys will continue to make mistakes. I can't wait till self-driving cars get better. Then we can eliminate all these human errors and the computer can do all the driving for us. This would make the roads much more safe and much more efficient, up until the car